Every rifle shooter knows the frustration. You've lined up your shot just perfectly, but as soon as you pull that trigger, bam, recoil throws you off target. For me, it just wasn't frustrating. It's one of the challenges I have to master on my long-range shooting journey. I needed a solution, something that could control the recoil and keep my shot steady to make long-range precision shots more enjoyable. And that's where the T3 from my friends over at Terminator Products comes in. Today, I'm going to share my story with the T3, why I chose it, how it performed, and whether it's worth the $220 price tag. Stick around, because by the end of the video, I'll show you a side-by-side comparison that just might change how you see recoil control. When I first heard about the T3, I was skeptical. Could a muzzle brake with no top ports really control muzzle rise? And at this price, it's definitely an investment. But as I dug into the design, I saw that many precision shooters swear by the T3. Then I saw several videos that Terminator did sled testing on, and it showed exactly how much recoil was tamed by their product. So let's take a quick look at the specs of the T3 and why I put it on the Smooth Operator build. Now, since I'm running a 308, I'm running the typical 5/8 by 24 inch thread pitch. And I needed a 30 caliber hole. There are two different sizes of this, and there's several different thread pitches. This one is a 30 caliber and the hole measures 0.342, which is perfect for my 308. And it gives me a little bit of room to move around on different calibers later. Now, the ports on the T3 are an angled back design, not on a 90 degrees, which typically means you're going to get some muzzle blast to the shooter. And also there's no top ports, and I'm really not sure if this was going to give me muzzle climb or not. But we'll talk more about that in a little bit. And also, I was wondering, with this design, am I going to get ground debris getting kicked up by the gases coming out of the brake? Now, even though this is an angled back design, these are a little bit different. They're not normal cuts. These are kind of rounded. So it's like they're shaping the gas as it's coming out rather than just venting it off. Now, even though the T3 has a rounded design, it has these long flats. It gives you a lot of places to grab onto with a wrench. And the other thing is that they have index markings here and here. So that way you know where the 12 and 6 o'clock positions are, which also makes it a lot easier to install the T3 and get it timed correctly. Now, once I installed this onto my barrel, I put a witness mark at my 6 o'clock position. So that way I can take this off and put it back on and get it timed exactly where I need it if I need to take this off for cleaning or if I'm testing something else on the end of my rifle. Now, you're going to need a 15/16 inch wrench, or you can cheat like I did and just use an adjustable wrench. And if you're worried about marking up the T3, you can always take some electrical tape and put it around and then tighten it up. Now, I've taken this on and off my rifle a few times and there's barely any marks on it. Now, timing your brake is critical for a precision rifle, and I use Shims instead of a Crushwasher. While Crushwashers may work for general setups like ARs, they can cause accuracy issues on precision rifles because of uneven distribution of pressure. Crushwashers deform and sometimes unpredictably, which create uneven stresses on the barrel threads. Also, if you use a crush washer that isn't perfectly centered, you could misalign your brake, throwing off your shots. You could even have a bullet strike inside the brake if you have very tight tolerances. Shims solve these problems by ensuring consistent torque and alignment, so your brake performs as designed. For serious shooters, they're a better choice every time. The real test of any muzzle brake is how it performs in action. Now, the 308 is not a heavy recoiling rifle, but it's enough to throw you off target. And without the T3, I constantly had to readjust. But with the T3, the difference is night and day. Take a look at this side-by-side comparison. On the top, you can see the muzzle jump without the brake. But on the bottom, the T3 keeps the rifle steady, making it easier to reacquire my target. Now, the shots that you're seeing here is at 100 yards through my scope. You see, the Terminator calms down the muzzle a lot. Now, those shots were only at 100 yards. Let's move out to about 300 yards. Now, the reticle on my scope is MOA, and as you can see, I ranged this, and it's about 320 yards. And as you can see from this shot, I do move a little bit, but not too bad. Now, using some math, it's about 10.5 inches of rise onto the target while using the Terminator T3. Which is not bad because that can keep me on my target. This is really impressive because they're doing this without having top ports. And I'm not getting a really harsh blast from the muzzle brake. I've had some brakes that tame the recoil really well, but at the expense of giving me a headache at the end of a box of ammo. Now, for those of you who shoot prone, I was pleasantly surprised at how well it handled the dust signature. The T3 keeps dust kick-up at a minimum. There is still some there, but that minimal dust signature is critical for maintaining your focus while you're shooting in the field. So the T3 isn't just a muzzle brake that improves performance. It makes shooting actually more enjoyable. So for me, the T3 is a turning point. It helped me make a big step forward in my long-range shooting journey. It's transforming frustration into performance. I'll admit, I had some doubts, but this brake exceeded my expectations. It's delivering control, comfort, and consistency. And while $220 is an investment, the T3's quality and versatility is worth every penny. The one thing I wish on the T3 is that it was self-timing, but honestly, it's not hard to time a brake. Besides, a self-timed version would mess up the aesthetics of my barrel. So is the Terminator T3 worth it? For me, the answer is absolutely yes. Now I want to hear from you. What's your go-to muzzle brake? If you had any struggles with timing the brake or finding the right fit for your rifle, share your stories in the comments down below. Love to hear what your experience and tips are. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Hope you're staying safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.